The woman stood with a cup in her hands, listening to the soft pitter patter of rain against the window pane that echoed in the room. She could feel the warmth seeping through her fingers as she inhaled the soothing aroma of the lavender. Her mind was troubled by grim thoughts, and the weight of past sorrows and pain was palpable. Those sweet moments, like fleeting rays of sunshine, kept her going. Her unspoken words and feelings were swallowed as she stared at the tea, and a ripple broke the smooth surface. A chill breeze swept through the open window, making her wet cheeks sting, and she quickly brushed away the tears. Her gaze lingered on the door, replaying the memory of the man she still loved as he walked out, got into the car, and drove off. In that moment, her lips trembled, and she sighed heavily, feeling the weight of her heart, the sadness and pain weighing down on her shoulders. I I can't take this anymore. I can't, whispered the woman under her breath. She slowly put the cup down on the counter, the silence amplifying the heavy feeling pressing down on her. Her gaze lingered on the engagement ring on her finger, and a sneer curled her lips as she scoffed. Way to go, Rose! He doesn't give a fuck about you. In that moment, she remembered the memories and how the initial touch of his hand made her feel loved at the beginning of the relationship. As she remembered his kiss, her heart fluttered, and a gentle smile spread across her face. Remembering the way he had treated her year after year, she pressed her lips into a thin line, the ache for love and attention still fresh. His icy demeanor echoed in her mind, and she began to question her own attractiveness. Her scoff echoed in the empty room, a culmination of all the years she had given him, only to have it all acknowledgeable and undervalued. Fuck him, hissed Rose. She stormed to the bathroom, her eyes locked on her reflection in the mirror. The spark in her tired eyes had vanished, replaced by growing anger that now smoldered within them. She felt bitter, realizing how much of herself she had lost to this relationship. Her finger pointed towards her reflection, the image staring back with the same expression. Fuck him! You deserve more than this! Rose grabbed her lipstick, and as she applied it, she watched her lips transform into a vibrant, fiery color, instantly boosting her courage and confidence. A smile touched her face as she saw herself, and a soft gasp escaped her, breath catching in a sudden realization. She stared at her reflection, her fingers tracing the angles of her cheekbones. A heavy feeling settled in her chest as she realized how much she had disappointed herself. A sudden spark of rage flared within her, causing her soul's embers to burst into flames, and her heart to feel like it was burning. As Rose studied her face, she was struck by the soft curve of her jaw and the plumpness of her crimson lips. She grabbed her brushes without hesitation and felt the soft bristle against her skin as she applied the foundation. Within minutes, the ugly duckling was gone, replaced by a swan with a graceful neck and a snow white feathers. Her gaze lingered on herself, the makeup accentuating the sparkle in her green eyes and enhancing everything with mascara on her lashes, so that she did not recognize her own beauty. With a soft gasp, she traced her cheekbones, seeing the stunning woman in the mirror, not a person she once knew. Oh, oh wow! Ah, but whispered Rose. The soft fragrance of rose mixed with the sweet, warm smell of vanilla, the sharp notes of coffee, and the sweet jasmine. The scents were a reminder of how much of her true self she was hidden, buried under the mountain of grief and despair. As she watched her reflection, Rose's stomach danced with butterflies, and a smile blossomed on her face. You are so beautiful, Rosie. So. Oh, wow. She hurried out of the bathroom towards the closet, immediately discarding the old underwear on the floor, the fabric of symbol of her feelings of invisibility and unattractiveness. Rose grabbed one of the ones she used to think was too sexy and felt the smooth silk of the fabric as her gaze lingered on the ornamental design. The cold breeze brushed against her skin, and she undressed, and she bit her lips, feeling a strange sense of liberty. Rose put on her red underwear, and as she grabbed the matching brush, she felt the soft fabric and found the courage in its bold design. A giggle escaped her lips, and she played it on, carefully adjusting her breast to ensure a flattering and comfortable fit. In her soul, there bloomed a spark of untamed happiness, giving her the courage to rebirth herself, to leave her shattering past behind. Rose grabbed a red dress and felt the sweater's material, its soft fibers enveloping her like a cozy embrace. Her eyes reflected a moment of sadness, recalling her desire for his attention and how she longed to hear from him that she was beautiful and desired. I am a woman. I am, whispered Rose under her breath. Her heart squeezed painfully as the memory surged, and she blinked several times, attempting to push the tears back. Taking a deep, shaky breath, she repeated to herself that she deserves more, to be treated better, not just with the bare minimum. The words were like a silent plea. Lifting her chin, she found her heart brimming with a fresh wave of courage. I am a woman! An untamed energy sparkled and sizzled in her heart, like a fire that roared in her soul. As she acknowledged her worth, the pain and anger were transmuted into a potent sense of strength. She put on her heels, the sound echoing in the silent house, and confidently walked out the door, getting into her car. Her hands brushed over the steering wheel, and she stole a glance at the front door, feeling a pang of sadness, as something inside her was still longing for the love she never deserved to have. As she is destined for something more than receiving a bare minimum in this relationship. I am a woman. I deserve better. I deserve better, spoke Rose with a shaking voice. A deep breath was all she could manage, for she knew there was nothing left for her there, just quiet of the empty space. As she closed her eyes, she could almost smell the cold tea and see the diamond in the engagement ring she had left on the countertop. I am a woman. I deserve better. I deserve better. Rose opened her eyes, and through the car window, the world swam into focus. Her hands tight on the steering wheel. She glanced at the back seat, saw the packed bags, and a wave of nausea and sadness washed over her. Once again, she remembered the way he made her feel, a bitter taste on her tongue, and she pressed her lips into a thin line, regretting having stayed with him for this long. The city lights glittered like stars as she drove down the street, and a gentle smile graced her face. At that moment, she pulled over near the wild beach, the scent of the salt water filling her lungs as she stepped out of the vehicle. With her chin lifted, Rose could feel the chilly damp wind, smelling of the sea, tossing her hair and brushing against her skin. Like a sudden gust of wind, the chains of her past broke, and she was released, feeling lighter than ever before. Nothing was more beautiful to her than the feeling of being free from emotional abuse and no longer shrinking herself to please another person. A single tear, salty and warm, slid down her cheek, a sign of hope for what was to come. I am a woman and I deserve better. I deserve better, spoke Rose with confidence in her voice.